Welcome to Get It Girl. I'm your host, Natasha Martinez, and I'm here with my tribe, Gia and Jackie.
Hey.
And speaking about tribes, on today's Girl Talk, we're going to talk about the importance of women supporting other women.
I love this topic. And joining us on the couch, the host from LATV's LGBTQ talk show, Juliana Joel and Enrique Sapene.
Yes, so you guys better stick to your seat because Get It Girl is about to start.
Woo!
Say a woman on her own has power, but collectively we have impact people. And study after study shows that women who support women are more successful in business. So knowing that, why do you guys think that there's still a lot of cattiness amongst women out there?
I mean, I think it just starts from generations and generations and generations of just women being suppressed with their voice, and movies, television, they've been showing every single movie has girls against girls.
Yeah.
And it's just something that our brain starts to program that we are against each other.
Yeah.
But new studies in a research that Harvard did actually finds that women who have close contacts with other women are more likely to succeed by landing more executive positions with higher pay. Mm-hmm. So it's proof that when we work together, we do grow, but to help us change the autopilot, the mentality, it's going to take a lot of us to start doing it on a small,
you have to like
form.
show it. I feel like if you're able to genuinely just, you look beautiful, you look pretty, or, you know, you're doing this amazing. Slowly we can change the mindset of many other women who are catty, you know, who they just want to bring you down, or they, you know, it's...
If you look at it from a place of compassion, you know, I've been a coach for women for so many years, and when you look at it as women only do it when they're insecure, I know I did it in my 20s, in my early 20s, it's like you put other women down because you get a little boost of energy.
Yeah, you think it somehow helps you.
Yes, but when you really, you know, as you start to grow, you start to see those women, and I think those women are actually unattractive. Mm-hmm. And men, when they talk about these type of women, they're like, you know, they could hear women just putting down other women. It just, first of all, it makes it okay for the guy. But secondly, the woman doesn't look as attractive because you can tell. I mean, it's so easy, girls, to tell that it's insecure.
No,
it's
absolutely not okay. Yeah,
No.
I have a couple different parallels and examples. I think that a lot of it stems from, like you said, generations of not a lot of opportunities for women.
Yes.
And I know that for me in the workplace, like I've noticed that a lot. There's not a lot of positions for women in the workplace, or even as like a television host, there's not enough slots for all of the smart, beautiful women who are ready to take over, share their talents. So instead, we are forced to fight against each other.
It makes it more competitive.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there's just one spot at the top. And, you know, my background, I used to compete in beauty pageants where it's like, I'm literally competing against other women and only one person can win.
Yeah.
But in my experience, I found, like what you said, it's a confidence thing, it's a jealousy thing. So the more that you work on yourself, the more that you're able to appreciate someone else's successes, someone else's beauty, talents, because you realize like it's not a competition against each other, it's a competition against yourself, what you can bring to the table, how you can level up. But that's a hard lesson to learn.
And I think it's something we have to be patient with, because it may not be something that we see in our generation, but like my nieces, your daughters, if we're doing the work, eventually those next generations are going to start to see girl love, and it's also going to start to show, wow, women are empowering each other and they're actually succeeding more. You know, so it's being the example, and it has to start with us. You know, like you said, us
we all have insecurities, but we have to, you know, day by day work on how to be better. You know, if we're having these negative thoughts, maybe just take a moment, stop yourself, and you know, switch it to a positive.
Of course.
And it's a good wake-up call, I think. If you catch yourself criticizing someone else, you have to kind of look in the mirror and be like, how do you talk to yourself?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because most people that I notice, the ones that criticize the most are the most judgmental towards themselves. They're so self-deprecating that it's almost uncomfortable. I personally cannot hang out with somebody as a close friend that's super self-deprecating.
Definitely.
Because if you start to hang out with people like that, it does eventually make you like that.
Absolutely. It's like what they say, like you are the sum of the people that you hang out with or the things that you intake, because if someone's constantly being negative, constantly talking about other people, you're going to find yourself doing the same thing. Now, Jackie, being in your position, being huge on YouTube and the beauty industry, that's a very coveted position for a lot of people. Do you find that there's cattiness there, and how do you work with it?
I think that there might be some, but like I said, you just have to try to be the best you can, and if you can help someone else, do it. Try to surround yourself with other women who are trying to reach the same goals as yourself, because that's gonna empower both sides.
Definitely.
I know. And just being in Curvy Girls Fitness, I'm a personal trainer as I started years ago, but I noticed with other fitness girls that are more hyper muscular, which there's nothing wrong with that. I just personally don't want to look like that. They look to me, and I have been criticized online, like, you work out so much, why are you so fat? I get called fat on a daily basis on my YouTube channel. And it's just because I don't want to have a hypermuscular body, and there's nothing wrong with it, like I said, but my focus is women's health. How can a woman have health for longevity? These are fitness bikini competitors. This is not somebody I'm trying to talk to. It's a totally different world.
Everyone has their own different section, what they want to accomplish, what they want to achieve. But the important part is that we support each other, because then we teach people
but it starts with
how
us.
to treat
we gotta
ourselves.
do it to work ourselves first.
Exactly.
This is such a great topic, you guys. We will be right back with more Get It Girl coming up next. Welcome back on Get It Girl with some very special guests. They are a part of the LATV family, guys, and they have a lot to say. Please welcome two of our hosts of the Q Agenda, Juliana Joel and Enrique Sapene. Welcome to Get It Girl.
Finally.
Oh my God, it's so exciting.
I know.
It's
this is going to be a really, really fun show. So tell us first about the Q Agenda and the show. I mean, this is a groundbreaking show. So let our viewers know a little bit more about it.
This is kind of his baby. So I
No, our baby. But it's like, I mean, we're super proud of it. We're super excited about the show because it's the only one of its kind.
Yeah.
There's no other show in any other network or any other place where people talking about LGBTQ issues and how they affect our community and how we're dealing with them. And we're all very different people.
But more importantly, they're coming from LGBT hosts.
Correct.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really
So
what
through our
makes
lens.
it
Because the
so
perspective is
special.
honest, genuine,
Yep.
Yeah, it's not people guessing what, it would matter in their lives, it's coming from your perspective. So was that something easy for you guys to share with the world, or is it something that you had to become comfortable with when you were all working together on the show? Like the first episode, let's say.
I know for me, and he's heard me say this, I kind of had to become comfortable with it because for me as a trans woman, the majority of this country has never met someone like me, let alone knows someone like me personally. So I told him from the very beginning, I said, what I don't want to happen is I don't want people to feel like I'm the poster child for my community. Because we're all so different. We all transition differently. So even though I can speak on a lot of the issues, it's still up to the people watching to truly get to know who we are individually and our stories individually.
That's a really good way to put it, because I think a lot of times too, when you don't see a lot of representation on television, you just pick one person and you're like, everyone's like that, So that's really important that you took on that responsibility.
And also walking a very thin line, because we don't want to sound preachy. We don't want to sound like here, oh, this is the agenda. We want you to act this way, or this is. It's just we're going through our lives and we face different issues, and it's just how we go through them. And we are lucky enough to have this platform where we share them and we talk about them openly. And some people respond, a certain way, and some others in a different way.
And are you guys dealing with any fear? Is there any hesitation when you are presenting? Do I want to say this? Do I want to say that? Or are you just kind of raw?
I would say in the beginning I was very calculative, but now it's raw because I already know that is coming from a place of a good intention. So no matter what I say, I know I'll be fine.
To me, it's
and he also knows that I can't hold my tongue.
Yes. Good. Which is great.
Great television.
And in my case, I don't have any filter on it. And I'm living my life, and I'm proud of the man that I am and where I'm at in my life. And sort of what helped me change that was when I got married to my husband, where it was okay, I'm no longer just talking about me. I'm talking about our life and our relationship, and I have nothing to be embarrassed of. And whoever doesn't like it, then good luck.
My problem,
God bless. It's like it's your problem, not my problem.
I mean, how have you dealt with any hate? If you guys have gotten any, how have you dealt with that?
The same way I dealt with it since the beginning of my transition. Like, I literally just don't listen to it. When people say hateful things or write hateful messages, when you're taking that amount of time to send negativity to someone you don't know, that tells me that problem's on you.
Yeah.
Like,
So it
that's
comes from a
something
place
you're
of
dealing
compassion.
with. That's not my problem.
It's a reflection
even
of
if they
themselves.
knew you, like,
Right.
it's not okay to.
Right. I tell people all the time, you don't have to accept me. You don't. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But you're gonna respect me.
Yes.
Or you're gonna get out of my face.
That's why I love her so much. Absolutely, 100%.
And I think it just goes in general with any culture, any background, any perspective. I think the number one thing that we need to show with anything is respect. Because you're not gonna necessarily love, like you said, accept or whatever, but it's about respect, and it's just another human being going through their expression and journey in life, and everybody is called to different things.
Well, you can't have any kind of relationship in life if you don't have the basis of it, of a friendship, of a love relationship, or of a business relationship, anything. Without respect, you don't have anything.
Anything.
Now, one thing I want to ask you guys, because this is the first of its kind type of show, what do you think it would have meant to your younger selves if you would have had this show growing up?
Everything.
Oh my gosh. My life would be completely different.
Yeah.
Again, I've said this many times, people don't know people like me. And part of transitioning, especially in the early stages, for me, I didn't see myself on TV, so I didn't know I exist. And I didn't know anybody like me around me.
You had never heard your story either.
So that's why I didn't transition until my mid-20s, because I didn't know it would be possible for me.
But I think as a member of the LGBTQ community, it's like the person that you present yourself at the beginning is not really who you are, because you're just protecting yourself. So as you grow older and you come into who you are, you're peeling that defense mechanism off you and discovering who you really are. So it would have really helped so much to see somebody like you.
But you guys are helping other people now.
Hopefully.
I mean, it is, because you're telling a new type of story. Even Latinas, growing up, being a Latina with not having people on television that look like me, just like you, I didn't know I existed. I didn't know my story mattered.
And if you did see us, it was the same story over and over and over.
Like she said, and like she said, though, the same person, one box.
Just one box, for sure.
Well, I love this conversation,
I know.
but we do need to take a break. We'll be right back with some juicy games.
Welcome back, guys, and now it's time to get real. Vamos a ver que también se conocen Juliana y Enrique con nuestro juego How Much You Know About Your Co-Host.
Ooh, I see big smiles here. Okay, so here's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna read to Juliana some questions about Enrique, and Gia is going to read some questions to Enrique about Juliana, and Jackie will keep track of the right guesses. So let's see who wins. All right, I'll start with you first. So, how long? Yes, girl, we need the Lord to help us here. How long has Enrique been married?
Oh gosh, I have no idea.
Already a fail.
Come on. At least. I say it 700 times a day.
Do you really?
He just said it accidentally.
Like 7 years.
No. It's confusing because we've been together for 9 years, but married for 5. So I'll
So you're kind of like the middle.
Close.
sort of.
It's okay. There's more questions.
At what age did she transition?
She
Oh my God,
just
that's
said
a
it
good
right
idea, but that's a good question. Juliana, we're gonna look so awful in this game.
But to his defense, I rarely speak about that.
Yeah, because what happens, I mean, and again, it's like, to me, it's just Juliana's always been like that, and this is my friend, and this is who I know, and it's always existed, just this beautiful girl, and that's it.
So is that a point or no point?
He can have a point.
Okay.
Just for the comment.
Right.
Okay, where was Enrique originally born?
Venezuela.
Come on.
Okay.
You gotta know that.
Caracas, is that right?
Yes,
Caracas.
Caracas.
Bam.
Actually, she gets double point.
Bam. She gets double point, right? Okay, where's Juliana from?
Well, she's from Puerto Rican descent. but originally, like I said, New York, I think. No, wait, I thought you're Puerto Rican descent, so that's what I know.
Boricua.
You know? But she's Latina.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. She's from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Okay, is Enrique a morning person?
I don't think so.
She's right. She's absolutely right.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay, no.
How many siblings does Juliana have?
Like people are gonna think that we don't know each other at all.
At all.
We know the good, juicy stuff.
Yeah. Do you have siblings?
I do. I have two.
Oh.
Okay.
We are failing miserably at this game.
Like, fail.
And we're going into season 2 of the Q Agenda, so hello.
Hey, let's see if this can save it. How does Enrique like his coffee?
Black.
True.
Yeah.
Facts.
I was like, girl, come on, you see me drink coffee 700,000 times since I do.
So this one may be easier or hard, but what did her parents do for a living?
Oh gosh, none of my friends know that.
I know, I was gonna say this like,
Who made this question? Like you're setting up for failure. I have no idea what your parents did for, what did they do, Juliana?
My dad was in the army. He's retired from the
Oh,
army.
that I should know. Yes, that I should know. Yes, because I do know that the Catholic background and coming from an army family. I pedal back on that one. Please give me a point.
Half a point.
Have a point.
You guys are just like giving the points to each other. It's really good. Okay, at what age did Enrique come out of the closet? Have you guys shared that story?
I don't think we have, but
These are great topics for the show, guys.
Well, to be honest with you, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you guys should play this show
making
on
mental
the Q
notes of
agenda.
this.
17.
Yeah, actually, you nailed it.
Okay.
What?
Get it, girl.
Winner! I love it.
Who is Juliana's biggest idol?
I think herself, to be honest. And yeah, because of her journey. So I think honestly it's herself. And if I'm,
You know, you're wrong.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think we're out of questions,
Well,
guys.
let me tell you guys
Okay.
who's the winner. We all know now, Juliana.
Everybody needs to pay more
Take my check
attention.
now.
Sorry.
You guys need to play this game with the other co-hosts as well,
do.
right? How many other co-hosts do you guys
We're
have?
4.
4, okay.
So it's great because, you know, we have Juliana, myself, then we love Victor, he's fantastic. You know, we have the Afro-Latino perspective from him, and he's an incredible makeup artist. And then Liana, she's lesbian, she's comedian, and she's fantastic, super talented, full of character. And we invite you guys to tune into the Q Agenda because it's a great show and we're having a lot of fun and we're going to our season 2. So please join us every Thursday at 8:30 on the East Coast, 9 o'clock in the Pacific Coast.
I love it. I love it. Okay, you guys, we are going to take a break, but we'll be right back. Welcome back to Get It Girl. Ladies, I want to know, have you both ever been bullied for not drinking alcohol at a party?
Oh my gosh, all the time. I always have to pull I'm a fitness girl. I don't drink really. Don't get me wrong. I like to have my glass of wine, mi tequilita de vez en cuando, you know? But like, it's like once every 3 months, 6 months, which is nothing wrong with drinking, but I hate when people have to put you down. It's
They
like,
really
they
do.
ask you like, oh, why don't you drink? They always kind of look at you like, are you an alcoholic? It's like if you don't have, you know, if you don't like some food, you're not gonna ask like, oh, why don't you like to eat?
I know, like
It's
sometimes
just,
if I'm going out and maybe I've been going out a lot and I don't want to drink, they're like, oh, come on, why aren't you drinking? Like, no, have a drink nonsense. I'm like, just let me live.
Exactly,
I
especially
don't think it happens to me that often, but I'm the one going to the party where's the wine.
Especially when I transitioned into like my fitness lifestyle, it was so, I lost a lot of friends because a lot of friends are just like, I used to drink and party. Trust me, in high school I won biggest party animal.
Oh my God,
trust me, I partied, you guys. But you get over it and then you realize once you stop drinking, you realize how amazing your skin turns. Your waist goes like this. So it's kind of like, hey, let me just not drink. But people are so mean about it sometimes.
It's funny. Oh yeah, if you try it, if you push her, she'll do it.
Yes, and it just kind of gets annoying. And eventually I just stopped hanging out with a lot of friends. I lost a lot of friends when I didn't want to drink every weekend and get smashed.
Well, I'm sure you are better for it. And listen, I mean, I think it doesn't just happen to us, okay? It's also happened to our producer, Maria, and this is what she has to say about it.
I recently read an article at the HuffPost about why having to explain yourself to people for not wanting to drink alcohol is not okay, and I couldn't relate more. We live in a society where getting wasted at a party or drinking socially is seen as the norm, not the exception. So when you ask for water or cranberry juice, people look at you as if you were some sort of an alien. Oh, you don't drink? Why? What's wrong with you? Nothing, actually. In a nutshell, I don't like it, I don't need it, I want my liver healthy for as many years as possible, and I don't want to put myself in a vulnerable or regrettable situation. But that's too much of an explanation, so I just shrug my shoulders while sipping my cranberry juice and let them think that in fact I'm an alien. For a long time though, especially in my late teen years in Spain, because back then you could drink and smoke tobacco at 16. I would come up with excuses so people will simply leave me alone. I would say, oh, I would love to have a drink, but I'm on antibiotics, or I just came back from another party and I'm good. I did all of that because there's a stupid saying in Spanish that says, si no fumas, no bebes ni follas, ¿para qué vives, gilipollas? Which means if you don't drink, you don't smoke, or you don't what do you live for? So, as if life was all about these three unrelated things. So I would get these weird moments with total strangers where they would be like, oh, so you don't drink, you don't smoke, what do you do then? A million other things, you idiot. That's what I would think, but of course I wouldn't say that. I would just smile awkwardly and leave that total stranger thinking I'm a sex addict because I don't have the first two vices. Isn't it weird? Then I moved to LA and people would ask me if I was an addict recovering, and I would get things like, oh, you know, my brother was an addict too, he's been sober for 2 years. What about you? I've been sober all my life, but good for your brother. And now that I'm in my 30s and I'm married, of course everybody thinks I don't drink because I'm pregnant. It's exhausting. It's about time we stop alienating people who are happy on pineapple juice and water. Just because you need alcohol to loosen up or because you enjoy the taste of a good tequila doesn't give you the right to judge people who don't share those tastes. So if you throw a party and have some non-alcoholic friends, be blessed. They're way cheaper guests.
And that was it for today. Please don't forget to follow us on Get It Girl TV and LA TV Network. See you next time.
Bye. Bye.